So composition of functions is where you put in a number to one function, and then that becomes the input to the next function. So how we write it is either f of g, or they write it, some call this fog. So it can be written either way. So if you look here, you're given two functions, so f of x and g of x, and then we are supposed to find g of f of 3. So what you do is you start in the inside and you work your way out. So we're first going to look in the inside. So the inside here is f of 3. So the first thing you have to find is the f of 3. So the f function is x plus 1, and they want to know when you plug 3 in, what do you get? 4. So then this whole inside equals 4, so now you want to find g of 4. So the output you get here then gets put in, and then you have to find the outside function. So g of 4, so g is negative 2x, plug in 4, you get negative 8. So the final answer is negative 8. If you look at this little diagram, it might help you. So you take 3 and you put it in the f function and you get 4. So then you take 4 and you put it in the g function and you get negative 8. So you're putting it into two functions. So let's look at example number 2. So they give you f of x and g of x, and you have to find all these different things. So for A, start in the inside. So the first thing you want to find is f of negative 1. So the f function is x plus 1. So I'm going to plug negative 1 in. So negative 1 plus 1 is 0. Now I have to find g, since g is my outside here. G of 0, so g is 2x, so then 2 times 0. So my final output or answer should be 0. For B, start in the inside, find g of 1. So g is 2x, so 2 times 1 is 2. So then my outside is f, so now I'm going to find f of 2, what my output was for the last one. So f is x plus 1, so 2 plus 1. So my final answer would be 3. Go ahead and find C. Now go ahead and find D. Alright, now let's look at if you just plug a function into a function. So for example 3, g of x is x plus 2, and h of x is 2x minus 1. If you look at A, h of x is in the middle, and then g of x is my outside function. So what they want you to do is they want you to plug the one in the inside into the one on the outside. So what I would do is write the one on the outside first. So the one on the outside is g. So g is x plus 2. They want you to replace this x with the entire h function. So instead of x, I am now going to make it 2x minus 1 plus 2. And then simplify. So 2x minus 1 plus 2 gives me plus 1. So you're going to get something with an x value. Let's look at the second one. So the second one, g is my middle function, h is my outside. So you want to take g and plug it into h. So my h function is 2x minus 1. You want to replace the x with the g function. So 2 times x, so 2, and then my g function is x plus 2. So then I'm going to replace x with x plus 2. And then your last step is to distribute and simplify. So your final answer would be 2x plus 3. All right, let's look at the next example. So for A, the inside function gets plugged into the outside function. So you want to plug g into f. So f is 3x, and they want you to replace this x with the g function. So 3, and then instead of x, now I have x divided by 3. And then do the arithmetic. So this actually becomes 3x over 3, which is just x. And then for b, f of x is your middle function. They want you to plug it into g of x. So g is x divided by 3. They want you to replace this function with the entire f function, which is 3x. So when I do that, I get 3x over 3. These cancel. Once again, you just get x.